Objection! Greetings, everyone. Jackogień here. Hopefully, you're all doing well. Happy Wednesday night, or Wednesday into Thursday. However time zones exist. I forgot I didn't change the text on the overlay. I'm such a skill issue. That's still left over from yesterday. We're not doing Terraform Vibe. We're doing Phoenix Wright as part of May I Stream. So let me go ahead and fix that. May I played Ace Attorney? I've only watched Ace Attorney like clips that were like memed. Just like the hold it and objection and overruled and, you know, typical attorney terms. So yeah, we're gonna get into this here. Hello Shy Guy, hello Fox, hello Joseph, hello DJ Hunter. What's with all the Satan grabs? I didn't do anything. Why am I getting Satan grabbed right off the bat? But yes, we shall play the Ace of Attorney. And welcome in Pearl as well. Had to return the well, yeah, I know you had to, because I randomly I used the turlet. But here we are. Ace Attorney Trilogy. Because I've never. This guy's turlet. Look. Turlet's nice, okay? I'm gonna turn down the in-game audio a little bit, hold on. It's a little bit louder than I thought it would be. That should be fine. What do they call Ace Attorney if the attorneys are I mean, Ace as in Ace in the hole, I guess. I don't know. Alright, so there's the regular Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Ace Attorney Justice for All. Ace Attorney Trial and Tribulations. And I'm assuming, yeah, this is game 1. This is game 2. This game came out when I was born? Damn, I didn't know it was like an 02 game, but that's wild. So yeah, we'll just start with the first one. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. And yeah, I've never played any of these. The first turnabout. Whoa. Wow. The first turnabout. I thought I was a loading screen for a second. Uh-oh, blood. Oh no. Oh no! Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right! Oh, hiya, Chief. Glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks? Chat, do not backseat. Yes, please and thank you. I also kind of want to address this verbally just now before... I didn't know if I wanted to do it verbally or not. I'm just going to get it out of the way so I don't have to deal with it. Chat, for future reference, I'm sorry. The only line of communication I can really focus on when streaming is me and the live chat. That's all I can really do. If people want to DM me, if people want to use other forms of communication, I'm not going to worry about it while I'm streaming. I got to lock in, I'm going to focus on the game, and I'm going to focus on the live chat. So that's what I'm just going to address now. And of course, if I'm collabing with someone, I'm going to focus on, like, you know, whatever my co-host has to say as well. So that's what I have to do. I'm sorry if that seems unfair, but I think that's the most fair thing. As the host, as the streamer, I want to do that. So it's fair for y'all out there. Now, with that being said and taken care of, let us continue exploring this game for the first time ever, because I've never played Ace Attorney. Hello, Carp, as well. And glad to hear that it got the memo. Thanks, Chief. Actually, it's because I kind of owe this guy a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before the case? Yeah. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney in the first place. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over! Is that your client screaming? Yeah, that's him. Death, despair, oh! I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Hi, Butts, how's it going? What's up, Buckaroo? I mostly watch a series of games through one of your streamer pals. They constantly. Oh yeah, I know Derpy. Derpy streams game a lot. I've never played it, so I'm experiencing this pretty blind. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. Wow. What is this man cooking? Hold on. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. Wow. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Wow, I feel bad for you, Butts. Quite literally the butts of the joke. Wow, show him your badge. I lost it, smile. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case. To clear his names. Sorry to get me so hungry. And that's just what I'm going to do. Hello, Yang. Hopefully you're doing well. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Courtroom, number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ahem! Mr. Wright. This is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous, I'll be honest. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerve. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and consciously. I love the Shadow Paradox Ashley voice for it fits, doesn't it? Please state the name of the defense in this case. Well, the defendant is Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Phew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report over to cover so many times. It's... wait. Uh-oh. No way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Okay, that's this one. Cindy's autopsy. Okay, yeah. Her name is Sydney. Cause of death, loss of blood due to a blunt trauma. Attorney badge. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Oh, oops. Sorry, I aided it. Alright, so there's Mia. My boss and a very good defense attorney. There's my defendant, Larry Butts. There's Cindy Stone, the victim, who sadly died. She lived in an apartment by herself. And Winston Payne, the prosecutor for this case, lacks presence, generally bad at getting his points across. Alright, cool. This is my badge. Yippee! Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the R button to check it anytime, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? It is Cindy Stone, Your Honor. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence. The statue in the shape of the Thinker, it's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. So right there. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the R button to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do I know? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you?
Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you, anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it lies, I don't believe a word.
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30 the day before murder. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way.
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies, as the younger kids call them.
The daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude!
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was.
I'm just seeing if there's any other evidence there isn't.
Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? I'm gonna stop him from answering. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case.
Ugh.
Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I met her, and I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
Also, hello, Robo.
Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Have him answer. I think it's best. Okay, so hear me out. He did go to the apartment, but if we can prove that he went to the apartment before the murder, it's going to be okay. So I'm gonna say have him answer honestly. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Order! Well, Mr. Butts? Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, like, I didn't see her.
Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who's your witness?
The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order! Order in this court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Shawwitt to the stand. Mr. Shawwitt, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct?
Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Shawwitt, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness testimony. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there.
Huh. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Shawwitt used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout as per...
Okay, well, let's see a record of this. Electricity out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. He said it will happen at 1 p.m., so that checks out with the blackout time. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. All right, Wright. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Well, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction here. First, find the contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you found the contradicting evidence, Present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the courtroom with the R button and then point out contradictions in the testimony. Witness's account. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. Okay. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed and frightened and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Called and frightened, found myself unable. I'm gonna say, so you didn't touch anything in the apartment? Yes. I mean, no, nothing. Okay, what happened next? I thought to call the police. Went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Electricity to Mrs. Stone. To call the police immediately. I read the phone and... Yeah, that is true. He didn't touch the phone, but how would he know it's not working then? If he claims he didn't touch anything, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. But you said you didn't go into the apartment, or did you? I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on the shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call.
And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next?
I'm gonna press that. Well, I use a public phone. Well, you see, I don't have a cell phone. And being in the middle of the afternoon, there was no answer at the nearby apartment. Right, what time did you call again? It was 1 p.m. 1 p.m., are you certain? Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 p.m.? Right, doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. If there is a power outage, how would you know what time it is? This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence and statement now related? They aren't they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please take the facts over before making accusations. Gosh darn it. There, the time of death was 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Objection! You found the body at 1 p.m., you're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Nuh-uh! I found that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain the 3-hour gap? The fuck you mean, nuh-uh? I said nuh-uh!
This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Salwit, why are you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question.
Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. see-through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? The time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, was it?
Oh, it was 3 hours off, though, wasn't it? Guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program.
That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You hear the voice saying the time on the tape program. Mr. Wright, make cross-examine the well, right. You know what to do. I've got this one. This doesn't make sense because, like, here's the thing. There's a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. It was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim watching a video of a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. But I'm gonna press that a little bit. Are you sure it was a television, not a radio? Well, no, I guess it might have been a radio.
Incidentally, there was no radio on the premises. There was only one large television.
Right. I can't put my finger on it, but something about this seems fishy. Something about hearing the television.
The witness has testified he heard the time.
Time of death was between 4 and 5. But the blackout was between noon and 6. That doesn't make sense if he's claiming that it was around there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery, and this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video.
Yeah,
The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawwit?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Sawwit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It, must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Shawwit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please, from the top.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon the killer used to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. I say nuh-uh. Nuh-uh! Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was a statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Well, you with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Shawwit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne?
As a witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. It does look like a clock. I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. You have any other problems with this testimony now? I do. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in this witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder.
Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove it. Prove I went in there.
I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order of the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Shawwitt, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
Well, what's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never, look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw,
Really, bro?
Shut up, I hate you! It was him, I tell you, I saw him! He killed her and he should burn, give him death!
Order in this court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright, Your Honor. You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock? Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. The electricity was out between noon and 6. The cause of death was 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Shawwitt heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court, Your Honor. May I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we're hearing the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25.
As you can see, the clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between Mr. Shawwitt heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Shawwitt, try to talk your way out of this.
You forgot one thing.
Uh-oh, what's he talking about now?
While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it wasn't running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you cannot prove that, you don't have a case.
He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it. I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. Or do we? This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Shawwitt.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime.
Grr, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now.
Not so fast, Mr. Shawwitt.
Objection!
Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think.
But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yeah. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking outside the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why a clock would be 3 hours slow? Time zone differences. Depending on where this is taking place in the world, time zones exist. She came in from Paris the night before the murder. Wait, maybe I could prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let him have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course, Your Honor. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Haha, tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see the evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. I give you time zone differences. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Shawit, or should I say, Mr. Did It? Ah. Order! Order, I say! Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty.
Yippee!
This game really found a way to make court exciting. So true. And with that, the court is adjourned. Turns out Frank Shawit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Shawit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Shawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. I still can't believe we won. Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thank you, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen... Oh, yeah, that's Mia still. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone real soon. Good. Wait, I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Whitney's gone, man. She's gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. But Harry, I love the comedy of this game. Harry Butts is fantastic. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, but hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Wow, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick, can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Should I present the passport or the statue? She did indeed keep the clock, that is true. It could have sentimental value. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Hello, cat dogs. Hopefully you're doing well. Huh? What about the clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever. She probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, we'll make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. But that made him feel a little better. Right. I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part of it at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? Alcohol! Let's go! Okay, anyway. And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless he kept the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry. Wait, promise to tell the chief about me and Larry? They're gay? Would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Wow. Wow. A brand new episode has been added. Turnabout Sisters. Save your progress up to this point. Yeah. Roller kiss. I'll be slot 1. Ring, ring. Ring, ring, banana phone. Hello, this is Maya. Hey, Maya, it's me. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How are you? Well, lonely, and it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know, you want me to hold evidence for you. Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha, so what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always liked toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now, you know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence? Well, there's a possibility that I might turn out that way, yeah? Can you come by the office tomorrow, say 9, to pick it up? I'll be in the pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner. Something good, like burgers. I can really go for a good burger. Okay. We'll hit the usual joint. All right, it's a deal. Okay, sis, see you soon. Yep, I'll be waiting. Beep. Conversation recorded, September 5th, 9:27 a.m. September 5th, 8:57 p.m., Fay & Co. Law's office. Now, Miss Fay, I'll take what's mine, the papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Fay, you are a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? Ho ho ho, you are not coniferous of my background. Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. Ho ho, my dear Miss Fay, I am so very sorry, but I am afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Fay. No. Damn. Red, white, blue. September 5th, 9:08 p.m. Fay & Co.'s law offices. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh? That's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. Examine. I smell blood, and that can't be good. I have to check and see if Mia's okay. I smell blood. This can't be good. Yeah, I'm trying to... Move into the office. That smell. Blood. Sis! Someone's there! Chief? Chief! Chief! Who are you? That strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Until finally she was cold. Chief. It's encrusted with dried blood. Ironic that this became the murder weapon again. Chief, it's hard seeing her like this, but there are any clues here. She was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. There are some glasses shards nearby the chief's body. There's a piece of the glass light lying broken in the back of the room. And it's of a glass light stand, broken beyond all recognition. Nothing else that seems like a clue here. A piece of paper. Must have been fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? Maya. A word, it's written in blood on the scrap paper. Maya. Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store, dated yesterday. I think that's enough snooping around for now. Better call the police. Find out what that girl was doing here. Yeah, that's the... I'm just making sure there's nothing else. Oh. The chief's chair. A simple functional design feels pretty good to sit into. Okay. Nothing else, right? That's just her body. There's a large building right across from the office. The Gate Water Hotel, a nice luxurious place. Okay, that's everything. Right, I better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws of the receiver are missing. Looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police, please come quick! Someone's screaming from outside the window. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. Okay. Quickly slide. I have to find any more evidence. The Faye & Co.'s ledger book. Everything is written in the chief's ultra neat handwriting. It's a small office, but it makes a good bit of money. Surprisingly, the chief was never good with machines. About all she used this PC for was email. She picked up the ancient model at some garage sale. The chief's important documents are packed in here. This is where she filed her case records and recent rulings. Okay. I think that's all I can do. That girl just now, where'd she go? Put her right there on the sofa. Uh-oh. Hope she didn't run on me. Oh, there she is. Yeeps. Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay. I work here. Maya. Maya Faye. Maya? Faye? Maya. So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt. Never thought she'd be used for the evidence like this outside the course room. Okay. I'm gonna try talking to her first. You and the chief. You're the chief's sister. I'm her younger sister. You were here visiting this late night. Yeah, she said she wanted to keep some evidence for her. Evidence? Yeah. It was that clock. It was the thinker. What happened? She seems to be in shock. Excuse me? Can you tell me what happened? I came in. The room was dark. And sis, so she was already dead. Before me died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of the receipt. That's my name. Why? Why would she write this? Please just calm down. Why? Sis, write my name. Uh-oh, now I've done it. The police. Sounds like they're here coming this way. Freeze, police. Alright, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe. Gumshoe? What an odd name. Received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder? Must have been the woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay? Great, just great. Maya, wait. She wouldn't have, nah. Whoa, excuse me. Eek! The word Maya here mean anything to you? That's my name. What? The victim drew her note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Killer? I'm not. Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. What? Wee woo, wee woo. Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. Wow, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Oh, it's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She looks so tired. Are you going to be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Technically, it's up to you. Better give it to her straight. It's up to you. Up to me? Yes. I don't think this is something I should decide. After all, you're the one in trouble here. They're never going to believe me, are they? Even you, when you found me in the office, you looked at me like I had done it. Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought. It's okay, I understand. And I also heard about you. Heard? Heard what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on the edge the whole time. It's been a while. Ha, so he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Huh, sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get in trouble. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia, I know. Let's just talk for now. Let's talk about you. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. What's with that outfit? Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say. Acolytes? Like people in religious training? What is it you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training. A spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. What are spirit mediums? Let me hear more about it. So you're an acolyte, medium in training. That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Wait a second, you're saying the Fae family? So Mia was into the stuff too? Oh, of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class too. I had no idea. Huh. Wait. What? So, you're a real honest-to-good spirit medium with ESP and all that. Yeah, and training. Well, can't you contact me as spirit then? We can just ask her who killed her. I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level. I thought that would be too easy. But let's just talk about the day of the crime. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold onto a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Proceeds to literally describe talking to spirits. I mean, that's not too strange depending on the lore, you know. How's it going, Bob? Evidence? Yeah, that clock shaped like the thinker? The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case? Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yeah. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone. You recorded it? Yeah, I forgot how to delete those things. Let me see your cell phone. Could you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone? Let's hear it. Right. Oh, I just remembered that detective took my cell phone. Sorry. Oh, right. Of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay? Sure, thank you. I had my sister's recorded on my cell phone. Huh? Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. You think you could go ask him to represent me? It's what she wants, and that is the correct... My moral code, chat. If I was a lawyer, it's not my choice to say who they want as a lawyer or not. I will follow whatever the client's wishes are, even if it means that I do not represent them. So I shall accept. I'll go ask. I have no one else to turn to. Say, what about your parents? I see. Don't worry. Leave it to me. Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10. What? Tomorrow? Tomorrow. What if the guy refuses? They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me. When will that happen? They're giving me until 4 this afternoon. And visiting hours are almost up. I'd better hurry. Right. I'll be back. Yeah. Let's back out. Let's move. Rossberg law. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention run an office like this. I guess I'll just have to come back later. I don't have time. Hey! What is it? Did you meet the lawyer? Sorry, I haven't seen him yet. I see. Better go see if I can find this elite lawyer she's talking about. I just did! I just went to his office. He wasn't here. Examine. Expensive-looking mahogany bookshelves filled with expensive-looking books. Funny, they don't look like they've ever been read. That painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. A table for clients. An elegant ebony case, and if I'm not mistaken, that lighter is made of solid gold. Even I can tell someone's here got money to burn. Solid mahogany desk, the wood's been polished. Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Because, like, I examined everything here. Oh, wait, here. Okay. Yeah, I can't, like, swivel the camera or anything. I'm just stuck on this screen. And there's, like, nothing here. This guard monitors the visitor room. He hasn't moved an inch. A real pro, this guy. Smile for the camera. Let's hear more. Could you tell me more about the day of murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard. No, it's okay. All I've been doing the last few hours is talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. That's a thinker clock that Larry made. Practically qualifies as a serial murderer by now. So then, when did you arrive at the office? It was right around 9. The lights were off and I could smell blood. Then I found her, my sister. Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. Let's hear a little bit about your family. I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young, and I don't know where my mother is. Don't know, so she could still be alive. The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man, and he ruined our mother's life. Ruined. After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer, and she left the mountain. So, you live by yourself? Yeah, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent or I would lose my power. I feel bad for her, all by herself up on that mountain. Let's hear more about your enemy, your mother's enemy. Who was the man who ruined your mother? About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate. Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they? The police convinced my mother to try to contact the victim. Wow, so what happened? The case was solved, we thought. You thought? The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police's consultation with a medium had been all carried out in secret, of course, but a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud and the media jumped on it big time. She, my mother, became the laughingstock of the nation. I see. White. Excuse me, White? That was his name. My sister told me. White. Is there anything I can present? Should I present her my badge and be like, look, I can cook, let me cook. Or I should probably... be like, look. Sorry, I've never seen that before. Okay, damn. I shall save here. Let's go back to... I don't think they're here yet. Nope, they're still not here. Let's go back to the office. The office is filled with police officers. They are all busy searching for clues. Hey, you there! This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Oh, sorry. Didn't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you were that Butts guy, aren't you? No, Phoenix Wright. How could anyone mistake me for Larry? Guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer, and you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent. Right. And you were Detective Gumshoe. Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Right, at your service. Hang on. That Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't call me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. Be right there. You're her lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you'd better do it quick. Phew, he thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. I'm gonna talk? Oh wait, present the note. I was wondering, did you see Maya Faye's cell phone? Oh, that? I have that. You think you could give it back? Sure, I mean, wait a sec, pal. Tricky lawyer. Oh, he's on to me. Let's give it to him straight. He seems like a straight shooter. If I tell him why I want it, there's no way he'll give it to me. Something the matter? Oh no, it's just that, you know, detective. Nope, I know nothing, pal. That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it, like her boyfriend's. That cell phone holds all a little girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets. You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal, I already checked all the numbers in memory. Impressive, you're quite the detective. Uh-huh. Oh, here, you can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious calls records in there after all. Since you didn't notice the recorded conversation. Mia's cell phone received from Detective Gumshoe. Check the court record to hear the record conversation. Oh, this game is very straight, totally. Totally. What's up? You haven't called in a while. It's a clock, the thinker. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. See you tonight at 9. Alright. Sweet, now we got more evidence. Let's talk. Let's talk about me. About Miss Faye, did you do an autopsy? You want to know the results, eh? Now don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. Alright, you can see the report, but that's all. Time of death, 9/5 at 9 p.m. Cause single blunt force trauma. Death was instantaneous. Alright. About Maya, yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but This is one trial you aren't gonna win. Why do you say that? The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Edgeworth. I'm sure you know what that means. You being a lawyer and all. I guess I asked all the questions I needed to. Y'all done, pal? Yeah, thank you. I'll be heading out. Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyery ways, pals. Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. Take this! It's no use! Yeah, Miss April May. What, is her middle name March? I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Well, you just told me her name, Miss May, huh? So you sent her home already? Haha, you're trying... And your lawyery trick's on me now. She's not to go outside her room until the trial. So she's still in the hotel across the way. Guess I should know better than to try to get a detective to leak information. You got that right, pal. Time to pay a visit to Miss May. She probably has a sister named June May. True. Prosecutor Edgeworth. That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't you? Oh, of course I do. I know him. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict. Oh, don't talk about him that way. You make him barely sound human. Still, I'm afraid that pretty much decides the case. So Edgeworth is on this one. He hasn't lost a case since he became prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Of course, there are rumors of back alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Alright, let's go on the move. Let's go to the Gatewater Hotel. Room 303.
Well, hello there, handsome.
Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth.
You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal. Teehee.
Note to self, thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder.
Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting I can hardly contain myself. Oh, let me go freshen up so I look the part of the beautiful eyewitness.
I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. That late summer sunlight streamed through the window. There's the A & Co. Law Offices building, of course. You can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here. I think it would be a little difficult to recognize a face from this distance, though, especially with alcohol. A bottle and 2 glasses are on the table. Somebody must be staying with her. What's this? There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look.
Hey, hey, hey! What are you doing? No touching!
Oh, bad boy. You really shouldn't... Don't call me bad boy. That sounds... Okay, anyway. You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you? Upset? Thought she was going to explode for a second there. I wonder what could be inside that drawer. Cough, cough. Maybe later. The flowers are fake as expected. I know sunflowers and tulips, but that's about the extent of my floral knowledge. A simple bed. It's been recently made. Nothing eye-catching here. Bonk. Nuh-uh. Anyway. Let's talk. What you witnessed. Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident.
Oh, observed, innocent. You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary.
Better not encourage her. You know that thing that occurred, happened the other day, the bad thing? What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it, pretty please.
Let me see, well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer.
Oh boy. let's hear more about you. Could you just... Who exactly are you? Oh, Mr. Lawyer. Are you hitting on me? No, hey, I'm just doing my job. You know, you're cute when you blush. Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Right. Can you just tell me what it is you do? Well, no. And you had your little hopes up, didn't you? Oh boy. Can you tell me about this room? I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you? Oh, what an amazing power of observation. He must be one of those famous detectives like on television. Oh no, not me. I'm just a lawyer. Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage? Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers. Oh boy. Look, I'm just gonna present my badge. Excuse me, but I'm a witness, police witness, you understand? How could I possibly give you any information in good consciousness? Me, the witness? Just like in the movies. What if I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to... I don't want to show her something I'm not supposed to. Let's go back to the detention center, I guess. Let's talk. Nope. I'm gonna present her the phone. Hey, I got your cell phone back. Oh, say, can I listen to my sister's voice? May's eyes closed. She listened to every word with such intensity. Before long, tears began to roll down her cheeks. Thank you. Of course. Are you gonna be okay? I hope you are. Seems like Mr. Grossman... Well, maybe I should just wait here for him to come back. Ahem! That was the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard. Ho ho ho! So you're the one that says... Oh, wait, let's give him the announcer voice, chat. Aha! So you're the one they say has been looking for me. Yeah, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined. Huh? That badge on your collar? Ah, so you're a lawyer, are you not? Yes, well, yeah. And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please proceed. Not busy, then how come no one could get in touch with you? Huh? Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it. Well, sir, actually, it's about Maya Fey. Ah, yes, Maya Fey. Go on. Why the strange reaction? Ah-cha-cha! I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible. Well, wait a sec. How did you know the trial was tomorrow? Aha! Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion. What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? Alright, let's talk. Your refusal. How can you just refuse like that? Please tell me why you won't. Ah, ha ha! Well, you see, it's just I'm busy. But the client is Mia Fey's sister. Aha! Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands. Yes, of course, I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye. Creep. Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look somewhere else. Think not. Huh? Did you say something? I think not, I said. What do you mean? I'm terribly, terribly sorry, but I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy. Why? I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave now? I've nothing more to discuss with you. What's going on here? Tell me more about Mia. How did you know Mia Fey? She worked here a long time ago.
quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see. Mission? You could see it in her eye. She followed it with a burning passion. Never looked back, that one. What about that painting? That's quite a painting. Aha! So you've noticed. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the wave of the straw hat. It's worth at least the 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell, not even to you. I wasn't really interested. It's not for sale. I'm not buying. Jeez. Okay. Okay, this dude just will not. Yeah, I already examined the hell out of this office. Let's just move. Sadly, we have to talk to me. Hey. 342. Hey. Oh, you're back. Did you find the lawyer? Well, what do I tell her? Well, see, just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and wow, he was all skin and bones. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? I see. I've been abandoned then. Just a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess. 4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? No. I will offer to defend you. I'm going to defend you whether you want me to or not. I'm sorry. Typically, moral code, I think I'm better for this case than just some random-ass lawyer. I will help you. Why? Why? Well, I think someone else is the culprit, and I can't abandon. I wish I could pick 2 dialogue options here, chat, because I don't want to abandon her, number 1, as my former boss's sister, but also someone else is the culprit. You aren't the culprit, someone else is. I have a hunch. Given the evidence, it would be easy to assume that Maya was the killer, but there's something about this whole thing that smells fishy. The witness's strange behavior, was that all an act? And the way that lawyer refused to help out Maya. But more than all that, she has no one left to help her. Nothing is more sad or more lonely than that. I know. I've been there a long, long time ago. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. Genuinely, this game's gonna feed into my emotion chat. Genuinely the same reason why I'm a streamer. I'm not even playing that. The number 1 motivation for me being a live streamer is I know what it's like to have no one else to hang out with or interact with, because like other people just don't get you, or other people just don't have the same interests as you, or other people just don't seem to click or vibe. That was one of my biggest inspirations, still is a spark in my soul to like literally be a streamer. So that's why Misa here and Misa wanna be silly, goofy, streamer. Maya. I'm glad you do, Pearl. Happy to have you. Happy to have Yusas. Yusas being the plural version of Yusa. You Yusas out there. Anyway, I won't abandon you. You can count on me. That's so kind of you. I got you. Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here. Right, thank you. She smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person when she smiles. One last question. You are innocent, right? Yes. And I trust you. So you trust me too, okay? It's a deal. So what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? It was when I tried to look into the drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something. Can I talk or interact with you anymore? I'm going to the freaking Gatewater Hotel. Good afternoon, sir.
Excuse me, you are? Ah, I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment at your service. Oh, right. I've just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the, facilities. If you no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait, no, hey! Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, that's my chance to snoop around. Ah, I almost forgot. Gah, you came back quick. I asked you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her. Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned. Oh, right, sure. Mr. White of Blue Corp? Where have I heard that name? White. That was his name. My sister told me. White was the name of the guy who ruined me and Maya's mother's life. Could it be a coincidence? Let's examine. There's a screwdriver sticking out of the half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap. What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Wiretap added to the court record. There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this, I know it. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For Maya's sake. I'll get to this woman's bottom. Wait, I mean, you know what I meant, chat. Oh, bellboy, still there? Uh-oh, time to scram. I look forward to 10 going with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court. Walter White. Jesse, we need to go to court, Jesse. Yes, I shall see my progress, tee-hee smile. September 7th, 10 a.m. District Court Room number 1. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed the murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. Before we do... Okay. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor, the prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoes. Hello, Starlo. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the detail of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use the floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by the window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker found next to the body. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon even in a girl's hands, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found on the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack. Hey, May just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness already slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. Heh. Should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Okay. There were two people already there. The defendant. I immediately arrested Miss May Fay. Why? We had a witness accounting describing her. The witness saw Mrs. May Fay at the very moment of the murder. I'm going to press that. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. Exactly what about the suspicious woman in pink claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious and she isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Shit. Gah, sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it was the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I do have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor? Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know. I'm really embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well, the defense may begin in its cross-examination. Hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on the piece of paper next to the victim's body. On the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. This is whole testimony. Okay. There has to be a contradiction here. How do we know it was... Hold on. I want to look at the evidence here. Yeah, that is true. Like, how do you know? Found a memo written on the piece of paper. I'm gonna press that. Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure, it happens all the time in books and movies. This isn't a movie, Detective. Oof. Let's talk about it. Talk about reality, shall we? I guess I haven't heard of many cases. No. Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name, especially the name of her own sister? Yeah, actually, you got a point, pal. Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order! Order! That didn't go so well. That's right. What he said. That's his whole testimony. Okay. On the words of Maya, lab test results showed those the victims. Securing the suspect by examining the scene of the crime with my own eyes. Caused blunt for trauma. I'm gonna check this. Found a memo written on the piece of paper. I'm trying to see where the flaw is here, because I don't really see much of a flaw. I think I have to press, but I don't know what to press about. Ooh, that is true. Well, death was instantaneous, okay. Objection! Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me. You said the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note that she was accusing the defendant, Mia Fey? That's really what you're saying? Well, what? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? No, you have it backwards, detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to the blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But no budding your way out of this one, detective. Also, what's up, Mario? Hopefully you're doing well. Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? Well, the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being? The autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy report was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to the blow from a blunt object, but there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes before the blow. I received these results this morning. No way. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? You're a sham, Edgeworth. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report? No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Died from a blow by a blunt object, may have lived for a few minutes before. Well, Your Honor. After being hit. The evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. So that the obvious conclusion, yes? Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution will now call its next witness. This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Witness, your name, please.
April May, at your service.
Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in the courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
Gee, I was like in my hotel room. Teehee. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from Faye & Co.?
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
It was like 9 at night. I looked at the window, you know? And then, oh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end, that's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy.
Okay, well, nighty-night, Pearl. Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any. Wait, Your Honor! Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness' testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yes, I'm doing it. Only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't. She has to have some weaknesses. It's like 9 p.m. The one attack girl, then the one will like dodge to the right. Long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defense chair. Then the woman like dodged to one side and ran away. I'm gonna press that. She dodged? Dodged what?
Well, the attack.
Please continue your testimony. How did you know it was my client?
Well, first of all, she had a girl's physique, and secondly, she was small.
Who else could be? She has a point. I question your testimony. Miss May, I'm willing to bet that either you're lying or you saw nothing. Did you really see the defendant? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Okay, if you had really witnessed my client Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, especially her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. That testimony is bogus. But still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night, but she was, Your Honor. I saw her, and so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
What are you trying to say? You mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary.
Miss May, the court would like you to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise.
Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her. I'll have to keep pushing. I did see everything. I did. The victim... the woman dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with the weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, that kind of statue-y clock, the Thinker, I think? Well, does that accuracy report? How does she know it's a clock? How does she know? Press. Clock. Didn't this come up in another testimony recently? Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. No, but... If she saw everything, according to this, she couldn't. If she dodged, Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I don't see anything Yeah, it does. What do you mean that it does? If she can't say I saw everything if there's not a whole view. So you saw me then too? Spiky. The witnesses will refrain from personal attacks on the defense attorney. Aw, was I a bad girl? I'm sorry. Very well, continue. Dodged through the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with the weapon. I saw it, I did. What if I present the clock? Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer? You said that this statue of the thinker was a clock, but there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too, and he was found guilty of murder. Order, order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? Oh, The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. Objection, but questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. That was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would be over. So what happened now? What happened now is you answered my question. How did you know it was a clock? But that's because I heard it? Yeah, I heard it say the time. So, you've been to the law office of Fay & Co. No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. The law office of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily hear the clock. Nuh-uh. No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly just take a look right now? See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see, the clock was empty, it couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May? Nuh-uh, tisk tisk. Quite a show you put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It cannot ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. That is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright? Actually, I can disprove that. Ho ho, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is through this phone record. Take a look at this. That's a very cute phone. Oh, you have a girly phone. Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone and it contains a recording. A record of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order! Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. Grr. The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could, I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded, which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw the clock before. What store was that again? I got so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defendant have any objections, Mr. Wright? I do. This clock was handmade. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this is directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to the court. Well then, let's see it. Please provide this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen this clock before. The clock itself was made by Larry Butts. It's simple. The clock wasn't. Oh wait, wrong voice. This clock was never in any store ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world, and the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible. Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuse is not on sale today? Oh. Ah! Boopa. What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! Whoa. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Oh. Silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did, teehee. Wait. Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have any opinion to this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you had heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand, however, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. Boom! Wiretap. Have a look at this. I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fay's phone, were you not? Oh. Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubled me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does this defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it isn't, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. Proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock. The phone phone again, I'm assuming.
Take that!
I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again? What's it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like the statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
Objection!
Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Lard. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May! Shut up, all of you! What gives you, you lawyer? It's not fair, all of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it? That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal with the final blow. I think, why the wiretap? Why did she tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't typically tapping or irrelevant? Gosh, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While the court does not condone this defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? Mr. Laurie, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Damn, she's good. Well, you're not the first man who thought that. And of course, I can and will. You can't be serious, no way. Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night? Why, that's just when I was getting room service from the sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold? If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee. Iced coffee. Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy, wink. Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. Then how did she see the murder, then? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, committed murder. No, they're going to just let her walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss Mace to the murder. Come on, think of something. I could continue examining Miss May and try to push her more. I already pushed her on the clock and the wiretapping on the phone. Here's the thing, she says she can see everything, but she can't. The window can only see so much, and if she's saying she ordered coffee at the time of the murder, how could she have solved the murder? I'm gonna save. I'm gonna be smart here. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna choose to push Miss May. If that doesn't work, I can load the old save and cross-reference the bellboy. I'm going to win this case. What exactly do you have left to examine, Mr. Wright? Miss April May has admitted to the wiretapping, yes? Well, this bears no relevance to the case at murder. The hand, murder. There's no way you can prove any connection. Now, I believe the cross-examination, Mr. Edgeworth. Does the prosecution have any other witnesses to call? None, Your Honor. She's the last, but that means... May is guilty? Wait! Your Honor, yes, Mr. Wright? The defense would like to call the bellhop boy after all. As I thought. May I remind you, dear Mr. Wright, should you question the bellboy and Miss April May prove to be solid, then, by default, your client, Miss May F.A., will be pronounced guilty. Are you prepared to accept my condition? Mr. Wright, he's got me backed into a corner, but I don't see any other way out of this. I accept. Very well, the court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. The tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin the testimony. Very good, sir. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel in business for 4 generations. Bro brought the entire tea set to the court case. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot. I brought it to her at the precisely the requested time, of course, and I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. This is it. If I can prove Miss May was involved with the murder somehow, May will be finished. Aside from Bluntro may have lived for a few minutes. After 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. I'm just gonna press that. 9 on the dot, you say? Yes, I can confirm that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9, the time of the murder. Serve the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. What about anyone else in the hotel? You are sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with, an embracer, sir. Embracer? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir, but no, not a French kiss, sir, more of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prime demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. Our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Tisk tisk, finally, you'll understand. The will had absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. Can't let this happen, can I? Protest. Wait. Please wait. Yes, the defense have something to add. One last question. Let me ask one final question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question, that is all. Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him? I'm gonna ask him check-in, because here's the thing. Check-in wise, I think you have to check in multiple people if you have more than one person in a hotel room. When we went to our hotel room, there was 2 wine glasses. Was there multiple people? Tell me about check-in. Tell me about when you checked in Miss May. My first thought was that she was beautiful. Okay. She's my type girl. I see. Excuse me, what exactly was a disappointment? Well, I am not without charm, sir, but even I'd have a little chance with her lover there. What did he say? What did you just say? Rather quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person? I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite. Indeed. It was the, good barrister there, Mr. Edward, who... He asked me not to mention if it wasn't specifically asked, sir. Ooh, you fool. I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room. That is correct, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright, who is this other person? Simple. It was... the man with Miss May. Who checked in with Miss May. Your Honor, as he has previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone, yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Upstart, amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough! The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes, Your Honor. This is all today for the trial of May Fay. Court is adjourned. September 7th, 2:24 p.m. District Court Lobby 1. Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there. Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know. Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too. Huh? That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips. It sent shivers down my spine. Well, if you say so. So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well... No, I don't think so, not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May. He's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyways, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir! I'm going to find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who... Maybe so. Sis. Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise. I'm counting on you. Well, that actually, I didn't have to load a previous save chat. That actually turned out pretty damn good. I just had to remember that, oh shit, wait. You know, there was somebody else in the freaking hotel room. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. The victim dodged an attack, then ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. May doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to free her. To be continued. Which is what I'll say for tonight as well, chat. We're gonna save our progress. And this is going to do it for Ace Attorney's May I Stream. And nope, we're not having any of you. We're gonna say bye-bye to you. We already saved. And we're gonna go title screen. And yeah, this is a really fun game, actually. I wasn't sure how I'd feel about Ace Attorney, because I know it's very text-heavy and, like, dialogue-heavy, so I wasn't quite sure how I'd feel on it, but I'm really invested, actually. This is going to be a game that I'm definitely putting on the Surprise Saturday list to play again sometime, because genuinely, so much fun. That was fun to, like, attempt to voice act, or just, like, the character interactions were great. I love, like, trying to dig up the truth and trying to figure out what's going on here. Is my client innocent? Are they guilty? It seems like both times my clients are truly innocent, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, I would definitely play more of this game because it is interesting. So be tuned in for future Surprise Saturdays when that series begins, because I will definitely add the Ace Attorney trilogy to that. That's fun. Thank you again very much. I need to look up who suggested that. I always put it in the description, but I didn't really. I forgot to check. But it was. Let's see. I'm looking now. The individual who suggested that game was GinnyTheSquid. So thank you very much for that suggestion, because that was fun. Like I said, that's gonna do it for tonight. Tomorrow's Banjo-Kazooie. Friday's Mario Sunshine. Saturday, is Mario Party 7. Sunday is Anarchy Open. So hopefully y'all stay tuned for that and enjoy the future streams to come. I will be scheduling. I'll actually be making those thumbnails in a moment here and, like, scheduling those, like, now. So it's just like I don't have to stress about it then. So I'm gonna be doing that pretty soon here. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. As always, peace, love, and good vibes, and have good EPs if you're going honk shoe, honk me. Alright, take care. Bye bye.